Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be taking a look at Tropical Storm Eta, and we'll be taking a look at the long range. As you can see here, Tropical Storm Eta has 65 miles per hour winds sustained, and the movement is 15 miles per hour west. This is currently a tropical storm that is heading towards Nicaragua and is going to strengthen to a hurricane. This is where the uncertainty happens. Some models have it going into Nicaragua as a hurricane, weakening, but then going out into the Caribbean, strengthening again, going over Cuba, and possibly into the United States. As we can see here, this is the GFS ensembles, and it shows exactly that. The black lines are the track of the storm. This is what it's at right now, 1,004 millibars. It is going to strengthen all the way down to 991 before making landfall, and then as it continues to go over land, it weakens. But as you can see here, it strengthens back up to a hurricane strength and goes over Cuba. But this is just one run. This is some other models. This is a GPS track which has it going straight over Central America and not going over the Caribbean. But this is the intensity guidance for as of right now. This is old and needs to be updated, but these models show it possibly getting up to category 3 and quickly dropping down because it made landfall. But you see some models in the long range have it spiking back up because it might get over the order. If we take a look at the GFS now, you can see the storm that's the new run that's coming out. The storm that's in the east right now goes into the Canadian Maritimes and quickly exits as lake effect snow starts to come down. And then it quickly shuts off because the high pressure from the south comes north. You can see the pattern change. There's warm air in the east and there's cold air in the west. And if you continue with the model run, you can see Hurricane Zeta forms again off Cuba and heads towards Florida and the Bahamas. Could it interact with this storm that is dipping down with this cold front? We will have to see. This is very far out, and keep in mind models like to change things. If I can find this other run, this is at a category 5 hurricane off the east coast as a blizzard. It had it blowing up in a blizzard. This is down to 922 millibars. Having a blizzard all the way into the east coast, even into New York City and eastern coast of New Jersey. This is just insane, and that was just an insane model run that is definitely not wanting to be trusted there. If we take a look at the Canadian model, also known as a CMC, it has the same thing. The storm comes through, lake effect snow comes, and then it quickly shuts off. You have the cold air coming in the west, Hurricane Zeta coming off Cuba and forming back in the Gulf and possibly interfering with the storm that's in the Midwest. As we take a look at the Climate Prediction Center, it shows a high pressure off here that shows above average temperatures in Alaska and eastern coast and extremely below average temperatures in the west. This is 90% chance of being below average here, and is 90% chance of being above average in this dark red over here. Let me clear this out real quick and we will continue. Okay, let's continue. This is the precipitation probability chances. Anywhere in the green is a chance to be above average, and anywhere in the brown color is anywhere has a chance to be below average. If we take a look at the 8 to 14, it shows the same thing. High pressure off the west coast and east coast, which forces down the cold air from Canada into the western coast. The west coast has neutral chances or average chances of being above average precip or below average precip. And it's the opposite in the coast. It's above average in the east coast. If we take a look at the European, it shows same thing as the GFS when it comes to the storm in the east. It shows it going off the east coast, lake effect snow comes, and then quickly diminishes. As you can see, a storm comes into the western coast, causing cold air to come, and then Eta, I don't know why they just took off the Z, comes into the picture around the end of the run, right down here. And then you see another cold front coming down. It might drag up the storm, bring it into the coast, out to sea, or even into the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf does not need another hurricane, so I hope that doesn't happen. But we'll have to wait and see. There's a high pressure out here, which could cause it just to go straight up the coast. Possibly just sit out here and hopefully just weaken and doesn't do anything to anybody. Or it can go in the Gulf and affect the same areas that has gotten destroyed so far. I hope everybody has a great day and, well, happy belated Halloween.